Hello, hello.
Hi, Tyler. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. So my name's Garrett, and my question is, since Valve hasn't released a Half-Life game in like forever, like I recently just played Half-Life 2 last
Okay.
year for the
Okay.
first time. My question is, do you think if they release a new Half-Life game, will it still pertain to the market? Because people haven't played a Half-Life game, and there's all these new gamers that have never ever played a
Yeah.
Half-Life game before. Do you think new people are going to pick it up, or is it just going to be like, oh, it's that old 90s game, you know?
That's a good point. It depends how they end up doing it. That's a The good questions are the ones that I can't just immediately start answering. So, um, it depends. Half-Life 3 is such a joke
Hmm.
in just the core of the gaming even if you don't know who the hell Gabe Newell is, you know what Half-Life 3 is to an extent. It's that game that never came out that everybody wants, right? The moment you have a new Half-Life game come out is the moment you're going to have every single fucking YouTuber clickbait the hell out of it because it's a lot of free views.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't think the gap really matters. I don't think the gap is really going to play much into it because it's so synonymous with games, Half-Life 3. It's just such a well-known entity that even though most people haven't played it, when it does come out, enough people will get excited that it will spread out throughout everything. It'll reach critical mass fairly quickly. Now, on that same token, the the much bigger issue is outdated design philosophies. You know,
Yes,
because
yes.
Half Life 2 was 2004. The last Half Life game was Episode 2. That was 2007. Video games are much different now, and especially the younger audience have completely different expectations. Um, and the whole philosophy of Valve of like, well, it doesn't matter if it's not what they think they want. We just need to make the best game ever, and they'll come and play it. That doesn't. Artifact proved that wrong. And I mean, it's a Half Life game, so it's going to have a much better time and a much easier time than a Dota card game will.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, if they end up making it the game that, if the design decisions are smart enough that it explains VR without needing to say a word, if a person can look at it and go, wow, okay, this virtual reality thing looks really cool, and it makes sense, then it doesn't matter that it's an old game. It doesn't matter that it's a franchise not everybody knows. The mechanics will sell it. It's like Wii Sports. Do you remember the first time you saw Wii Sports?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
It's
no,
that.
absolutely.
It's that. It's like, oh, so I swing it and it's the baseball bat. I can go bowling.
But
Obviously that's a gross simplification, but you know what I'm saying there.
yeah, no, I completely understand exactly what you're saying, but like my video game professor, he was like, "You've never ever played Half-Life,
Excuse
have you?"
me? Hold on. You're what?
What?
You're what, professor?
My video game professor, I'm in game design in college.
Oh, I thought you just took like a video game history class or something, and I
No,
got
no.
incredibly jealous. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on, go on.
No, I'm a level designer, and he said go play Half-Life 2 for level design because
Yes.
it has some of the best level
Yep.
design of all time. And I watched my dad play the Orange Box as a kid, but I never played Half-Life 2. And then I finally went and played Half-Life 2, and I was like, holy crap, this is
Yeah.
an amazing
Yeah.
game.
It really is.
and and then but like my professor just his he just was like, a lot of people that I'm teaching have never ever played a Half-Life game in their life.
Yeah.
All these people, because they haven't released a new game. And I think that's what my fear is, that if they do release a somewhat Half-Life game, will it even get any attention?
Yes, it will. And a lot of people out there are going to make sure that it does. Like I said, if anything Half Life releases, okay, so I'm the Half Life YouTuber, I think.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to cover literally anything that ever happens ever. But if something pretty major happens, everybody's going to cover it.
Oh, yes.
Everybody's going to talk about it because it's views, you know. the video that I'm going to be making the moment HLVR releases will not be a very highly viewed video because the No is going to make a video, because IGN's going to make a video. My bread and butter is there are leaks and small little things that I find myself,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fine. I don't think that the fact that it's been so long since the last Half-Life game is the major issue that the game's going to run into. It's because it's on VR. The game is supposed to be the thing that sells people on VR.
Yeah,
so
it's people adapting to it.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's a good question. It's a lot to think about. But I think it'll do. I don't think the fact that it's a Half-Life game will hurt it whatsoever. I think VR is a much bigger issue in that regard. But thank you very much for the question, and tell your video game professor I said hi.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Yeah, bye. All right, we got a